Here is the motherfucking tea. So, I was on FetLife the other day, and I'm in a group called Crossdressers in PDX. And I came across a couple of posts that, from crossdressers that want to know more about resources about cross-dressing here in Portland. And one person's business keeps coming up, and that is Victoria Sinclair. And I have to tell you that this person is not the person that should be involved with cross-dressers at all. I've had some really bad experiences with her, and I've heard some really bad things. And it's really important to be able to, walk into a place and feel comfortable and not being stared at or laughed at. And I totally get that. And Victoria's place, Over the Rainbow Transformations, is really a place that is specifically designed for just that. But I have to tell you, there has been some drama. There is definitely some tea, and I'm going to spill it today. So there has been 3 incidences, actually 4, but I'm just going to go with just 3 that I've had with her that I thought, wow, this is just really bad. And the first one was when we had this fetish cross-dressing event over at her place, and one of her personal submissives had offered me a foot massage by them, and Victoria went off the fucking rails. I mean, after, but not in front of me. But the submissive came up to me later after this particular incident, and she said that Victoria beat the fucking crap out of her for giving me a foot massage. And I was like, oh wow, I feel really sorry about that. That's just really fucking awful. Victoria never talked to me about this particular incident, never talked to the submissive about it, and clearly there was some jealousy issues right from the start. And so huge red flag. The second incident was when that my ex used to go over there and clean her house, and Victoria would call her up and say, hey, can you come over and clean? And she would just go over there and clean for hours and hours and hours and hours for credit for makeup and clothes. And so over a period of time, because she didn't go over there and utilize, that resource, often she'd pick up what she needed and then come home, or she'd pick up some clothes and then come home, but it wasn't never to the amount that she had worked. It wasn't, she never got the amount of makeup or clothes that she worked for. So Victoria actually owed her quite a bit, and still owes her quite a bit for all of those services, and then Victoria would just call her up and just expect her to just show up, do all this house cleaning for her, just at a moment's notice, and just to clear her schedule. And my ex would do it. But then she was never even paid for the amount of work ever that she did for Victoria at all. So, Victoria still owes her money. So there's that. The third thing is actually a little bit more serious, and it really involves, my ex and Victoria. And it's, what I'm about to tell you is a little hurtful, and it still stings, and it has actually been something that has come between my ex and I for many years, among other things. But Victoria and my ex had sex. And this is how Victoria manipulated the situation. one night when we were all out drinking and having fun at the bar, Cece's, she comes up to both of us and she's like, wouldn't it be great if we all had a threesome? And I'm like, yeah, awesome, dream come true. And, because I liked her, obviously I liked my partner at the time. And for me, I thought it was, wow, this is going to be a really great and fun evening. And, but it never happened, which is, something that commonly happens with Victoria. Victoria will come up with all these great ideas and then never follows through. Anybody who knows Victoria knows this is something that is very common with her, that she'll come up with these really great ideas on, what to do. Let's go out, let's go to a party, or, let's do this or let's do that. And then just never follows. So one day my partner comes home and she tells me that while cleaning, Victoria was taking a shower and had called her over to her. Hey, Marla, come here. I need you for a sec. So Marla went over there. And what happened next was basically sex. Marla said that she had put her fingers inside of Victoria, made her come in the shower. Obviously, this is still a little difficult for me to try to get this out there. So anyway, my ex got her off but didn't feel that she had sex with Victoria because she didn't get off. And that point has been that craw in our relationship since then. I mean, the whole, it wasn't really sex because I didn't get off argument doesn't fly with me. Beside the point. That's beside the point. What I'm really trying to drill down here is that Victoria had manipulated the situation in order to gain sexual satisfaction through my partner without my consent. She really manipulated that situation in a pretty bad way. Kind of setting it up so that, well, we all decided that we were going to have sex, so... Right. All I ever wanted was to have a bestie dominant girlfriend that has, been my ultimate thing, to have somebody to pal around and, some lady that really, truly gets me. And I thought at one point that Victoria was that person, and then I figured out that she wasn't. And even through all of these things, I tried to be her friend, and I even given her, even after all this stuff, I had given her my email and asked her, let's try to work all this out before we can continue to try to be friends. But she's never contacted me, never tried to resolve this issue, and she just doesn't fucking care. So to kind of wrap this all up in a nice, beautiful package and, seal it with a nice, beautiful bow, ladies, I just got to let you know, Victoria Sinclair and her Over the Rainbow transformation place, you kind of have to take the good with the bad. I personally would not recommend this company. She tends to be abusive. She manipulates her submissives. And I've heard a lot of other things from other people about her that have worked with her and have made those same claims, that she is abusive, that she doesn't respect others' boundaries, and that actually she's really not into cross-dressing at all. And she's said that to my face, that she wasn't, this doing the whole cross-dressing thing wasn't really her gig at all. You really need to be aware. You need to know that there is this part of Victoria that's a huge red flag, and you just need to be aware that you could be walking into an unsafe situation, whether you know it or not. So there have been others that have used her services and are just fucking fine, But I think that the more that you become involved with her, the more that you suddenly realize, wow, this is kind of all just fucked up. So heads up, folks. I just want to let you know, it's Victoria is not the greatest person to work with. Her place over the Rainbow Transformations is not really great. I mean, it is. And admittedly, it is hard to say, hey, this is a really bad resource when when you look at it and you look at the website and you look at the services that she offers, it does seem genuine. And it seems like it's a dream come true. And for many cross-dressers, it is. But I believe that there are other mistresses out there that can give you those same results. And honestly, if you paid them enough, they would probably offer a lot more, storage and, all those same things that Victoria offers. It's just that Victoria has marketed herself in such a way that she's basically cornered the market here in Portland for the resource for cross-dressers. So that's a bunch of suck. But I just thought I should warn you and let you know. And I feel that it is also fair that you should know the whole story and the whole tea about a particular person, especially somebody like Victoria, who is really out there, who is offering these services, but also has this other part of her that doesn't respect boundaries, that lies, manipulates, cheats, doesn't pay appropriately, doesn't pay their workers appropriately, and tries to get away with, everything that she can. So just there is that. And thanks for listening, and talk to you later.